I cannot add any more friends. And I know a lot of you are watching on Instagram or Facebook. But what I want you to do is follow and then drop in the comments once you've done that. We are doing a huge giveaway. And right after this call, I'm getting ready to give away laptops, 750 in products and merch. And I'm so excited about what we have accomplished in the month of May. I cannot wait to see who the winners are. If you're following, if you know, you know, and if you don't know, get with whoever shared this with you and find out why we are giving away so much stuff. It has been such an amazing journey. I will tell you, I got this dress out today. Last year, some of you remember when we did the fireworks video. Did any of you watch when we did the smoke bomb and I was trying to do the TikTok of the girl where her husband picks her up and holds her, and it was all the stars and the stripes and the red, white, and blue. Well, I bought this dress last year. I just packed it this week because I was like, well, it's Memorial Day and it's coming up on summer. Guys, it is so baggy. I don't even know where I lost all this, but this baby was tight last summer and it is just sagging and bagging. And last summer, everybody was like, you've lost so much weight. That was before the reverse and all the things that we're doing now. But I'm telling you, it's been an amazing journey and I've never felt so good. So we're closing out the end of the month and I wanted to reward myself. I'm dying to go to Las Vegas to Kenny Chesney at the Sphere. If any of you know anyone that has gone, I'm dying to know the reviews of that show because every year Dave and I go see Kenny Chesney somewhere and I'm just dying to go to Las Vegas to the Sphere, but I cannot fit it in because, well, it's mayhem, right? So how am I? Wednesday night, there's a show, but I have an inner circle and then the CEO Zoom. Friday night, there's a show, but can you imagine me going to see Kenny Chesney on a Friday night and then waking up 7 a.m. Vegas time to do No Guts, No Story? And I'm not going to cancel on you all. Just so you know, your appearance here and my connecting with you every Saturday is the most important priority I have because we're building something so big. So this morning I was mixing up my mushrooms and I was getting ready to take my source. And I was like, you know, I'm going to do it on my live because a lot of people don't even know what I do. They're like, doesn't she have a book? Don't they sell essential oils and CBD? It's like, where have you been? Drop in the comments if you have no idea what Dave and Barb Pickock do, because what we do right now is so much bigger than anything that we've ever done. Yesterday, I was looking at a location in Kansas City, and it was an incredible story, a backstory. But some of you might know the band called Tech Nine. Anyway, I went to a fashion show the night before Callie went to Germany. And one of her friends has a clothing line, and there was this fashion show, and there was all these nonprofits, and there was these rappers. I didn't know anybody or anything, but I heard the band, and I was like, oh my gosh, that song. Well, yesterday we toured the home that their original manager lived in, and then another woman lived there. And I walked through this home. The pool alone was $1 million. I got to tell you guys something. I had a complete paradigm shift standing in that backyard, thinking about the nonprofit I want to build, the centers I want to open, the people I want to impact, this mental health movement, like everything that I dream of. I was just standing there looking at this 10 acres, a river, a pond, and it was a completely different feeling than when I'm in Kansas dreaming about my vision, because in Kansas we have 22 acres, but it's 5 hours from Denver and 4 hours from Kansas City, a long ways from a major airport. And the opportunities when you're in proximity of people with vision are so much different than they are when you're in a smaller community where a lot of people have never thought outside the box, right? They're like, wait a minute, you're going to bring addicts and bipolar, mentally ill people to our little town? And then you go to the city and they're like, wow, how can I help you? Do you know so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so? Well, anyway, the woman who owned this home, there was one instance where she had over $74 million. And some people would say, oh my gosh, she must be the happiest, successful, amazing human on the planet. And I was asking the real estate broker, like, what does this woman do? Like, tell me what she does. What did she invent? It must be real estate. And then when she told me her story, it was a very unfortunate event. Not only was this woman a widow, but she had lost a child to overdose. And I literally had chills all over my spine. I know it's supposed to be confidential when you're working with a real estate agent and there's an owner of a home, but I was like, I'm going to figure this out. I was Googling, I was looking things up, I was researching, and all I could think is God is working. He's literally working. But the vision that you have every single day and the way that you see it in your world is so different than it actually is. Looking back over the last 10 years of my life, when I think about the struggle, it is real. When I think about the hardships, the pain, the sadness, the loss, the devastation, the trauma, whatever word you want to use for it, right now, all I see is God. I just see God's hand over every single bit of it. And I did since day one. And yet there are people that you will cross paths with or work with. Maybe they'll come into your life for a season, maybe just for a moment, maybe even just a minute, like yesterday. Maybe I met this person just for a minute, just to open my mind. Maybe our paths never crossed. Maybe it was a feeling, an intuition. That is your sixth sense, every single one of us. Our gut is our second brain. Speaking of gut, if you have an unhealthy gut, let me help you get some frequency in that gut and some minerals, because I've never felt better ever in my life at 55 years old. And tonight, Dave and I are actually going to a concert after we work all day. And he was like, do you want to get in the pit or do you want to get up in the old people section? And I'm like, why would we go sit in the old people section? Well, sometimes you get less beer spilled on you and you get less sweaty bodies pushed up against you. But if we didn't have the products that we have, I guarantee you, I would be like, let's get where we don't have to stand. Let's wear our comfortable shoes. Let's leave a little early. You know, all the excuses that you make when you don't feel good. But I'm telling you guys, every single day I feel so good. And I know that I'm walking in so much purpose. Every vision that you have, whether you feel good or bad, it is your thinking that makes it so. Every thought you have makes up some segment that you would see. You see the world because of a thought that you have. In the perception of it, you always find the bad. Our human instinct is to find the bad, not the good. So I want to give you guys an exercise today, because the world that you're living in, you created with your thoughts. Nothing is ever bad. It's our thinking that makes it so. Nothing is bad. This life we're living right now is so temporary, and where I want you to envision yourself is so different than where you're at right now. So I want you to think of a thought that you have, a dominating thought. I woke up this morning at 4 a.m. and whenever I wake up and I have a negative thought, it's an attack thought. So I want you to ask yourself, what is my attack thought? The attack thought that you're trapped in, that you have to like pray that God will take it away. It's fear. It's some kind of fear, and it attacks you. And that thought, you see the world this way. The world that you have made is because of the way that you see it. And when you have that attack thought and you give it power, not only do you think the image, when you talk about it, you bring about it. So what happens is you can't escape the thought. You can't escape the attack thought. So you need to have this exercise that I want you to do. And I want you to say this with me. I wrote some notes today. In the situation involving blank, whatever that attack thought is, I would like blank to happen and blank to happen. In the situation involving insert name, insert situation, I would like to see blank happen, and I would like to see blank happen, because the minute that you insert what you want to happen, you will create that because of your thoughts. Thoughts are vibration. Energy is everything. Everything is energy. And when you give up your attack thoughts of the worst case scenario and you focus on, in this situation involving blank, I would like to see it play out like this, and then you say it as if it's finished, you're going to get exactly what you think about all the time. Now, there are a lot of people that think that this is woo-woo. Every thought's a prayer, every prayer is answered. When you pray and you don't take action with faith as if it's already finished, you actually doubt, and an ounce of doubt sinks the whole ship. People feel your doubt. It's like a ripple effect. It's like the butterfly effect. If I push down the C chord on a piano here, and my friend Paul across the street has a piano, the C chord will move just because I hit the piano. That's vibration. People don't see it. You can't touch it. You can't feel it, but it is so real. Have you ever been thinking about someone and then all of a sudden they call you? It's because thoughts attract things, and words give it so much power. So I can see the world from a different view, giving up those attack thoughts, and then I feel better about it. I don't have any fear, and it happens. I'll give you guys a great example. 18 months ago, we were launching a company. Every day I woke up, I said, this is going to be absolutely huge. We're going to take over this warehouse. We're going to attract the most amazing people. Lord, who do you want to put in my path today? Let me be a vessel. Let me reach the right people. Put them in my path. Let them multiply. Let them experience great results. Let me show them how to create a life of abundance and freedom and happiness and joy and good sleep and better health and great friendships and an amazing culture. And every single day that I said this, I said, everybody is coming. Everybody is getting in. Everyone is coming. This is going to be huge. Now, mind you, I had 0 people. Everyone that I used to have in my network had found an opportunity while they were waiting for me to start an opportunity. All of my top leaders were on to travel and weight loss and all the things. And I was sitting still, being still in prayer, asking the Lord to guide and direct me in every step that I took with so much discernment. And people might have said I was broken. People might have said I was broken. But every day I would say, she's going to get up. She's going to get better. Things are going to be good. Everyone is coming. This is going to be huge. We're going to be the fastest growing company. And everything I said, everything I wrote, everything I believed, it happened exactly as I believed. And the areas in my life where I had doubt and I didn't have faith and I didn't surrender it, I continued to struggle. So most recently, I took a course and I read a few books and I listened. And this is something that I learned, that I wrote down on a whiteboard, that I want to look at every single day. You are all love and spirit. You have a Holy Spirit inside of you, your inner self, your gut, if you will, God within you, however you want to say it. But it's all love. It's no shame. It's no guilt. It's no hate. It's none of that. So there's you, your spirit, all love all the time. Everything is good. Everything is joy. I'm so blessed. I'm created for greatness. All good things happen to me. And then there's ego. So you got 2 voices in your head every day. And ego makes things up. Why is she going to hurt me? Why is she going to lie to me? Why is she going to steal from me? Why is he going to cheat on me? Why is the business going to fail? Why, right? So you got everything's perfect. Everything's good. I was created for greatness. The Lord's going to use me. I'm a vessel. Nothing bad happens to me. Everything good. I attract. Like, this is all high vibration, right? And then there's ego. And it's everything edging God out. It makes things up. Why we listen to it? The little voice in our head on your shoulder. Why would you even try? You know what happened last time? You think you're a big deal. You must not be that big of a deal. Be careful. Don't trust her. Don't trust him. Don't rock the boat. Don't spend the money. Don't buy the house. Don't get the car. Don't start the new business. And your ego, whether you're confident or not confident, your ego talks louder than your inner self. When you really find your true self, You don't need the car. You don't need the $3 million home. You don't need the Gucci. You don't need the Prada. You don't need the Rolex. You don't need any of that because you're just freaking happy. You're just full of joy. You know who you are. Whether I drive into this driveway in our old farm truck, which we drove yesterday, and it's got a big old ding in the back bumper, or if I came cruising down the street in a Camaro, just revving it up, I feel the same worth because I know my inner self. Now, lately, I've really worked on this a lot. Your brain doesn't know the difference in what's real and what's imagined. I don't know if you know this or not, but it's your thinking that makes it so. So why are you still rehearsing all the worst case scenarios? Because your ego takes over the Holy Spirit. Your ego takes over your inner self. Your ego takes over what you know to be true because of things that have happened that you made up. So the world that you're creating, get my notes out here. This is good stuff, guys. This is like a lot of money spent on a course. The idea for today contains that the only way out of fear that will ever succeed is you escaping from the world you see by giving up attack thoughts. So every thought you have makes up some segment of the world that you see. There is no point in lamenting the world. There's no point in trying to change the world. It is incapable of change because it's merely an effect. There's cause and effect. But there is indeed a point in changing your thoughts about the world. Here, you change the cause, and the effect will change automatically. So the world you see is a vengeful world. Everything in it is a symbol of vengeance. Each of your perceptions of that external reality is a pictorial representation of your own attack thoughts. Think about this, guys. Is not fantasy a better word for such a process? Maybe a hallucination, a more appropriate term for the result, because you're thinking worst case scenario like you're hallucinating, like you've already seen it. I'm going to end up in a bankruptcy. Oh my gosh, I'm going to end up in a divorce. Oh my gosh, I'm going to end up. I used to fear the worst with my oldest daughter every single night when I laid my head down. And guess what I kept getting? I kept getting the same thing that I thought about all the time. And worse than that, I talked about it to other people. Even if something is true, if it is not good, do not give it power. Do not say it. Do not think it. Continue to pray and believe and state those affirmations, acting as if it has already happened. And the idea for today introduces that you're not trapped in the world you see because its cause can be changed. This change requires that we identify the attack thought and we let it go. Stop thinking of the worst case scenario and let it go. Once your images are replaced, by taking the first few steps, you'll see this. I can escape from the world I see by giving up attack thoughts about blank. You fill in the blank. What is the attack thought that you have every single day? Now, there's not one situation that's going to arise in your life that you can't do this exercise. You have to realize that the outcome you want that would make you happy just needs power of prayer, thought, and speaking. Prayer, thought, and speaking. So all you have to do is have a different perception of the situation. What the situation is with her, him, they, them is for me. It's all going to work out for me. It's going to bring us closer. It's going to bring us stronger. It's going to make me wiser. It's going to give me more experience, more power, more discernment, more faith. In the situation involving blank, I would like to see blank and blank happen. That is your exercise. And try to cover as many different scenarios that you can cover with all different kinds of outcomes that are all working for you. And if you do this properly, I'm telling you, it works 100% of the time if you work it. When you move, God moves. When you speak with faith, you like a ripple effect. That's why they say when two or more are gathered, there is so much power in prayer. There's power in proximity. When I have these incredible leaders surrounding me that are believing, that are moving forward, that are all in, that have faith, that have belief, that have conviction, that have loyalty, we have trust, we have focus, we have vision, we know what we're doing. I'm telling you guys, nothing can stop this movement. And yesterday, as I was standing there talking to this realtor, I said, I have to meet the woman that lives in this house. We are going to be best friends. We are going to change the world. Our stories together are going to move mountains. It doesn't matter how much money she's ever had. The loss that she has endured and the pain that she has felt is more powerful than any mansion, private jet, plane, fame, fortune, because your experience is what gives you power. And the reason I know that God is using me right now is the experience that he allowed to happen that molded me, broke me, crushed me, kneading me like clay knocked off a pottery wheel and stomped on, picked back up. And right now I feel him creating a masterpiece. And I give him so much glory, because without God, I would be nothing. Without him, I would have none of you. I would have none of the relationships, none of the love, none of the support. And when I think about how to really build this empire that I'm working on, it's your story. It's your testimony. It's me helping you figure out where your roadblock is. What is your stop program? What is your attack thought that you're dwelling on that's keeping you so sad, so mad, so hurt, so resentful, so shallow that you think everyone's against you? You self-sabotage all the blessings that the Lord is trying to give you right now, because your thinking makes it always that you're the victim. And you're either going to be one of two things, the victor or the victim. You cannot be both. So as long as you're playing poor little me, it's sad, it's bad, I want to get even, all the things like I wanted to kill every drug dealer. I wanted to lock them all up. I wanted to go find the girl that gave my daughter the fentanyl that she overdosed on. I literally drove to Casey's in Salina, Kansas. I knew her name. I knew where she worked. My husband was terrified. I walked in the door. I asked if she worked there. They said no. I had this vengeance in me. I'm going to get even. I'm going to crawl over the counter, grab her by the neck, take her down and choke her out. Believe it or not, there was a non-Jesus side to me that was so full of hate and anger, because my daughter could have died. What could have been worse than that? But do you know what I had to do? I had to turn that around, and I had to say, the Lord spared her life to give me purpose. The Lord allowed that experience in my existence for me to see the world in a different way, with non-judgment, with love, with forgiveness, with joy, with understanding, with peace, with compassion, and that I would no longer see through the lens that I saw the world through. I had to see it differently. And I know you guys think I'm crazy. I can feel it right now. You're like, I could never forgive that person. But I'm telling you, your brain doesn't know the difference in what's real and what's imagined. And I played out all the worst case scenarios. And what I had to learn is forgiveness. What I had to learn was understanding. I had to grow as a person to not judge anyone and know that I would be judged, to not judge anyone and say, how can I be a vessel to bring hope and love and compassion and bring families back together? A mental health movement, a brain product that literally was born right here in this house over the phone, trying to get people to feel better. And to think that today it's almost a $2 million a month brand. How many things right now are you sabotaging? How many things are you sabotaging right now because of the way you see the world? It's against you. They're all bad. Everything is bad. Let's go back to my beginning statement. Ponder this today. I can change the way I see the world by giving up attack thoughts. What you do is determined by your perception of the situation, and that perception is usually wrong. It is inevitable then that you will not serve your best interests because you keep seeing that it is wrong. What would it look like if it were to be in your best interest? I can escape the world I live in by giving up my attack thoughts. In the situation involving blank, I would like to see blank happen and blank happen. And then for me, because I am a believer, I always thank the Lord in advance that it is already done. People who will not come from, I have gratitude on my frequency tune necklace. I wear this every single day to raise my vibration, to remind me of high vibrational thoughts. I have to believe that it is already taken care of and surrender it and act as if what I desire is already mine. When I move, God moves. When I move, God moves. If I don't make a move, faith without a risk is a contradiction. Faith without works has no power. So what are you holding on to? Being stuck in your attack thoughts, that they're against you, they don't love you, it's not fair. You just want to be mad. You just want to be mad. I want to tell you guys, people are mad every single day. They can't wait for 5 o'clock to get off work. They can't wait for Friday to be done with the week. They wait all winter to get to this season called spring and summer. Now they can't wait for summer to be over so they can get to the new year. The pursuit of tomorrow every single day with people frustrated, not grateful for the moment. They forget the reason why we're all living. We are on this planet for one reason: to serve other people, to witness, to use the gifts that we were blessed with, the talents that we have, the time that we're never going to get back, and the treasures. Where you put the treasures, I can't wait. I'm going to need a lot. I'm going to need a lot to do the things that I want to do. And that's why I work every single day with a magnificent obsession, never stopping, knowing that this is so much bigger than a business. It's so much bigger than No Guts, No Story on Saturday morning. It's just catching momentum. It's just catching momentum, and everybody is becoming a part of it. And it's because it's coming from a state of abundance and surrender and forgiveness and love and authenticity, instead of the shame and the guilt and the anger and the hate and the resentment and the I'm going to get even and the jealousy and the greed. There's a scale of these emotions. And when you know what you want, you will have it. When you know what you don't want and you focus on that, you will get that too. What you think about, you will bring about. And when you say it, you give it so much power. It is in concrete, almost as if you asked for it and it is promised. So guard your thoughts, guard your mind. Stop constantly trying to justify your thinking. Change your perception. Imagine it how you want it to be and start to state it as if it's already happened. If it's your business, this is what I say. Everyone is flocking here. Everyone is getting in. Everyone is having success. Everyone is experiencing amazing results with the product. If it's my family, there is nothing that God can't heal. Everyone is well. Everyone is happy. Everyone is successful. Everyone is healthy. Children are walking. Relationships are repaired. Marriages are happening. Businesses are being blessed. Like, if it's your own spiritual battle, maybe you just ask. You just say, I need you. I can't do this without you. I believe in you. You've got to ask if you want to receive. Maybe it's your health. In order to get something that you want, when you're really clear on what you want, there's always this thing that you want. And then there's this thing that's keeping you from getting what you want. So let's say that I say, I want to be healthy. Well, I might have to give up this maple long john. I might have to give up this Snicker candy bar. I can't say I want to be healthy, but I keep hanging on to what's in the way of me being healthy. temporary sacrifice for a lifetime of freedom. You've got to figure out clearly what you want. And I think that's the problem. Most people don't really know what they want. So they self sabotage every day, focus on what they don't want. And when things start to go good, their own self esteem says, I don't deserve that. So they stop the good and they go back to what's comfortable so they can complain about what they didn't want. And I see it over and over and over and over again. I see leaders this close to massive momentum and freedom and success. And one little thing is an attack thought, and they're right back at the bottom starting over again. And then they're going to blame their upline, their company, the product, the comp plan, the industry, or the FTC, or some attorney, or their competitor, or their previous venture, because they can't look in the mirror and say, this is the outcome that I desire from this situation, and I am going to act as if I already have that. Instead, they go right back to whatever it is, the self-sabotaging beliefs, and instead of rising and becoming the great success story that they could be used like a vessel of hope, they shrink back down to be the victim. And they keep playing the same record over and over and over again. I see it in our small town. I see it in athletics. Oh, they never play my boy. They never put him in. He's never going to be a starter. Nope. Don't have the right last name. Don't live on the right side of town. The coach is dumb. The town is dumb. We should move to a new school. So they all leave town and they move to a new school. New school, same bullies, same coach, different town, different team, same scenario. Do the same mean people just follow this girl around? Or is it the thinking that makes it so? Because when we think that dog is going to bite me, that dog will bite me. When we think that business is going to fail, that business will fail. We've got to change our thinking, and we've got to change the way we talk and the perception of how we see things to be always in our favor. And when you do that, you will absolutely get every single thing that you desire. Think about it, write it down, speaking it in affirmations every single day. I mean, I wake up and I read a little prayer journal every single morning, and I go to bed reading a little devotional every single night. I make a list of all the things I'm grateful for. Even when it's a bad day, there's still breath. There's still opportunity of a tomorrow. And you may think that I don't have any bad things happening. I get attacked on the daily. I work with a lot of different personalities. I got a crazy family. There are all kinds of things that happen in my life on the daily that most people wouldn't survive one thing, let alone 4 or 5. But my capacity has grown because I've done the work. I've read the books. I've took the course. I've been through the fire. And what happens is it enlarges your capacity to where when bad things happen, you don't react the way you used to, because you know your perception of the thing, thinking it's bad, creates a ripple effect and a reaction that doesn't serve anybody. And you're right back down feeling how you used to feel. Stop that. Stop reacting. Stop being the puppet with someone just yanking your chains and pulling your strings. Know who you are, trust your gut, step into your power, and stop having attack thoughts. None of those people are against you. None of that is going to destroy you. None of that is going to happen. It's an attack thought that you are making up because it's not your inner self. It's not a Holy Spirit. It's an ego, and it stops you every single time. So I love you guys. I hope you got some great content here. Drop in the comments what was your takeaway today. Share this with a friend or tag someone that you think would benefit from this message, and rewrite the narrative, guys. Remember the exercise. In the situation involving blank, I would like to see blank and blank happen. And thank him in advance as if it's already done, and go about your day with peace. Ask yourself, what would have to happen in my life for me to have peace? And whatever that is that's stopping you, that defines your attack thought. Get rid of it. See it a different way. See it all working out for you. And today, you'll just feel a little lighter. You'll feel happier. The fear will be gone. The anger will go away. You'll have joy, authenticity, happiness, love. And that is really the most important thing. Because when you don't and you lower your vibration, that dis-ease, constant dis-ease in your mind, it's a state of mind that changes the vibration in your body. And the dis-ease causes most disease in the world. Sad. So simple for people to fix, yet so hard to get people to do. And that is my mission, to help people raise their vibration and feel good now every single day. We're on a mission. I would love to have you be a part of it. There is a 20% off today and tomorrow on all of our core products with the Rise and the Source. If you don't know about that, you need to. The reason my dress is so loose, the reverse, repairing DNA, all the things. Guys, at 55, I've never felt so good. I've never felt such a calling, and I've never believed with so much conviction that you too could be and do and have anything you dreamed of. Anything. If you would just change your state. Change your state. It will change your life. It's not that hard. You can do it. Have a good day, everyone.